Welcome back to AM Connections with Penny Armini, and my special guest this morning is Pastor Scott Walsh from New Leaf Methodist Church. Good morning.
Good morning, Penny. How are you?
Good.
Great.
And we're in the middle camera, which they didn't explain to you, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter which one, because when you talk, it's going to zoom into you.
All right.
I asked you to come on because there's so many exciting things going on at New Leaf Methodist Church. Surprised that you have not been on before.
No, it's got to be a first time for everything, though.
I know, that's very... See, I have a wonderful guest this morning, and we're going to talk about what's going on at the church because you broke ground.
We sure did. About 2 weeks ago, we had, I'd say, well over 200 people show up with mostly shovels, but one gal who'd worked in a commercial kitchen her whole life, she came with this like 4-foot long wooden jelly spoon, and she goes, these have been my tools for 50 some odd years, and by golly, this is what I'm breaking ground with. And we just had a blast. It was a
wonderful.
Great time, and there were so many people from the leadership here in town, from the different departments of the city that came out to show support, and all the different churches and their pastors, they sent delegations of folks to come and support us in the groundbreaking. It was just an awesome afternoon.
That's wonderful. Give us just for anybody that doesn't know what's going on, why you're doing what you're doing, and give everyone just a little brief history of how you got from point A to point B.
Okay. Well over 10 years ago, some very forward-thinking folks in the Methodist Church started asking the question, what would happen if the United Methodist Church in Conneaut were actually united, if we were working all together? And that started conversations. They began doing what the town knows as the Leaf Project, where we go around and do home repairs and things like that for a week every July. They started doing that mission together and inviting other churches to be a part of that. And conversations continued to bring to focus the fact that they wanted to do something really cool for Conneaut. They wanted to do something for the community. So about just over 5 years ago, I got a phone call that there were some Methodist churches in Conneaut that wanted to do what's called a vital merger. They wanted to go and do a new thing in a new place. And so we got together in, started meeting in January of 2009, and we officially became New Leaf Church in July 2009.
Oh, okay.
And we've been meeting at the former First United Methodist Church downtown, right across from McDonald's, the whole time planning on building a new place. During the course of that 5 years, we decided that we wanted to do something that didn't look like a church. We wanted it to be a place that looked more like a civic center or a cultural center. So we designed a building. I don't know if you have that animated fly-through. You might want to take a look at that. You're going to even see the word Civic Center on the side.
Okay, he's up here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll see the word Civic Center not because we're going to have that on the side of the building, but because we want people to know that we're going to use it in that way.
So it's not going to be just a church, but it is going to be a place for people to come and gather and enjoy.
Absolutely. Anything from large-scale catering venue. We'll be able to get somewhere around 600 to 650 people seated in there at tables and be able to, we've already built...
This is the first time I'm seeing this, so I'm watching it while you're talking.
Sure, no problem,
no
problem. So it has the kitchen, and that venue is available, and then of course we'll be able to put 1,000 seats in there. So we could have larger scale performances, and we have every intention of doing that. And there's going to be about there's $300,000 worth of lights and sound alone in there just for a performance venue. So there's 2 tennis courts, place for volleyball courts, there's a full scale basketball court. The lines for it, it's kind of neat. They're actually imprinted into the carpet, so you don't really notice as you're walking along that you're walking on a basketball court. It's a very special order type of carpet that goes in there. And very durable. And so there's a running track that goes around the perimeter of what we call the great room. So it has basically all the different options that you have, ways that you can use the center. We're calling it a flex facility. And We're hoping to be in partnership with the schools. Hopefully they'll be able to use that as a venue for larger scale gatherings, as well as other entities within the community. We're hoping that people want to maybe use the hall as a plenary session or a place of meeting, for business conferences and things like that. So, the whole idea was to try to stimulate additional business opportunities in town. Everything that the whole building design is to do something positive and good for Conneaut. Have a place to go, maybe even during the wintry months, which will sometime get here soon, I imagine. And, keep it quiet. But we wanted to do something that's going to really help families with kids have a place to go. We've actually had a large donation of exercise equipment, so we'll have that. We're building towards phase 2, which the next phase is where we try to get into a partnership with Ashtabula County YWCA, and see if we can't get them to come out to this end and do programming at the facility. And there's the dream that someday maybe we'll be able to put a pool in down there and attach it to the center. Imagine. Wouldn't have to drive clear to Beulah or clear to Erie to have some of the things that really help a community to grow and stay together.
Right, absolutely. I know while you're out there and you're hearing all this, and we know that the basis of this is a church, so is there an altar?
Is there? Yeah, well, of course there's an altar. Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely, there's an altar on the stage that we're bringing our current altar from where we're at. We'll be placing that there. There's going to have everything that a church needs to be a church, and hopefully everything that a community needs to be able to gather and have large-scale events.
Wow. I know that presently out there you took over the medical building that was there, and that is now what? Because that's up and running already.
It is. We had our ribbon cutting about 5 months ago, and that center is now open. We used to have the New Leaf Child Care and Learning Center up at the current location on Buffalo Street. We've moved that operation now down to that center. We've totally gutted every wall, door, everything has been moved out and totally redone so that we can have the right kind of space for the kids. So, we have our infant and our toddler room and then our school agers. And it's just a beautiful facility. I invite everyone to come out and check it out. You're welcome to come in during the day. It's a very safe place for our kids. You can actually get in the door to the foyer and not go any further because of a magnetic lock system. If you're not the parent of a child with a swipe card, you can't get any further until you've cleared muster with the front desk.
Well, very good.
That's a protection for our kids during the week.
Absolutely.
It's also a protection for the kids of families that come to church on Sunday. They'll have their own place on Sunday to come for junior worship and that type of thing. And we have a computerized system we're installing right now. Whenever a family drops their child off, they get like a beeper that vibrates if there's, if the child's in distress or something, the parent can know to come to the nursery. So we've done a lot of things to make certain that Conneaut can feel safe when they come to this center. So that will be our offices and as well as our daycare and learning center.
So during the week, that is strictly a daycare center?
Well, I wouldn't say strictly because it will also be the offices
for the church. Is there also, if I had a 3 or 4-year-old and I was looking for daycare, not daycare, but like preschool?
Absolutely.
You have preschool there, so not only is it for working people that are looking for a nice safe place for their children to go to, but there also is a preschool there.
Absolutely. We are licensed and we operate that preschool. So,
and you can see that right on 7 as you're driving. It's where Dr. Hunt used to be. It's the medical center there.
The old Woodland Clinic.
And so you can already see that up and running.
Oh, yeah.
As you drive by, you know that there's something going on there, and that's what it is. So very good. Now, I was interested in what you were showing there because as I'm driving by yesterday on my way to Conneaut Middle School, I noticed a lot of area that's being cleared. So I was just a little confused as to where it was going, but in the animation that you showed, it will be on the north side of the daycare center.
Yeah, it's on just north of
Just north of
the
there.
former Hammett building. Will be the 1,000 seat facility.
Okay, and then where they've cleared off on the east side, oh, there we go again. Where they've cleared off on the east side is just being cleared for parking.
Yeah, when you have 1,000 seats, you have to have room for almost 640 cars or something like that.
He's showing it again,
Right.
and I just didn't realize where the location was that it was going. Thought that it was on that side, but then when I saw all the other land cleared, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we're going to have special parking for families with kids, so they can, don't have to walk clear across the parking lot, that type of thing. We're of course going to have handicap parking, and we're also going to have not so nimble parking for folks that are maybe struggling either with some type of an injury or maybe just due to being elderly and they can't walk so well. We'll have specialized parking
For them.
if it's up close.
Wow, how nice. That's very nice. And when do you feel, and I know you just broke ground, and I know it's craziness and dates change, but your goal to have this up and running is when?
Well, I'm going to get ambiguous here and say spring 2015. We're
Okay.
hoping in April sometime.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You'll all be up and going that quickly.
Well, we can hope.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, if all the ducks are in a row.
We can get our if we can get all of our ducks in a row, we should be able to open sometime in April. We'll probably have a grand opening, some type of a special service or celebratory event where we'll invite the whole community, maybe on an afternoon, to come and check out some type of maybe some large-scale performance or something.
Yeah, that will be wonderful. Well, I'm excited. I think this just shows so much confidence in the area. I don't know about anybody else, but as you drive around Conneaut lately, there's a lot of new buildings going up. We have the new Dollar General stores. We have new homes along Lake Road and in other areas of town going up. And now to be driving out to Gateway, which, we have our issues with our plaza out there, and God, don't we all miss Kmart? But the confidence in the community to build your church right there is just wonderful. I mean, I think it shows a lot of progress for Conneaut and a lot of forward thinking. So,
you know something, Penny? When Jan and I moved here in July of 2009.
Let me take this call.
Sure.
Okay. You're on the air.
Hi. When you move the church out there, are you going to have a bus that goes around and picking up people and kids or stuff, or not?
Well, we certainly have talked about it. We don't own the bus yet, though, so if anybody has any good deals or any other ideas on how we can do that, we are certainly open. That is a conversation that's been had many times and we'll continue to have until we figure it out.
Okay, then. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I know I know that a lot of people walk to the church right now, and a couple people had said, well, what will happen to the people that walk to the church now when you move out on Gateway? But and as I said to them, I'm sure that you've talked about that and addressed that, and that is something that will come along as the need arises and as you see that it's something that you have to do. So. So you were saying when you and Jan
when we first moved to town, we were like, wow, this place is gorgeous. I mean, to us, it's like a resort town. And we were surprised at how quiet it was. Well, that was 5 years ago. There's nothing quiet about Conneaut during D-Day now.
Yeah,
I mean, look at how it's grown. There's a lot of positive... I think that we are growing, especially with a positive mental attitude, exponentially. Because we've always just been amazed at how there was like a certain sense of negativity amongst some folks in town that I think is starting to begin to crumble. And they're starting to really break out of that and say, you know what, we do live in one of the most gorgeous places, got the most awesome park. We've got so many could-bes, so many potentials. So this is just another group of folks in town that had a dream that said, there's potential here on this corner. And we're seeing it come to life. And I know that there's other folks with other dreams that we're gonna see those things come to life as well, and Conneaut will just keep growing.
Yeah, yeah. I just see so many people taking the leap to do something in town, to change things, to add things, to come up with things, and I do see that change. I see a lot of people from other areas, as you said, recognizing the beauty of our area and coming here, you know, and just, wow, I want to be there. I want to build a home there. And not necessarily for retirement. Some people are building family homes that they can come in with their family and enjoy the summer. You know, maybe not the winter, but then there's a lot of communities that shut down for the winter. There's a lot of communities along the lakes and in the east that don't have a lot going on in the winter. That can also change with time. Yeah. The unpredictability of winter is really not an easy thing to plan. But I see a lot of people coming in with ideas and positive reaction to what's going on here. So I just feel it's such a positive move forward for the community to have this huge church with all these capabilities right here in town. As soon as you get off 90, before you even get to town now, you are going to see a progressive, beautiful building that says, wow, where am I? Yeah. I'm in Conneaut, Ohio. Look at that beautiful church, and it'll bring a lot of people. If you can hold 1,000 people, wow. Yeah. Think of all the people that it will bring to our area to enjoy and to learn what we already know. Right. And so it's a win-win for everyone. It's a win for the residents because it brings people in, and people coming in buy gas and groceries and food, and you know, so many things that they are involved in when they come into town. And hotels, motels, I mean, it just keeps on going. Yeah. Plus, now you offer people just a beautiful environment to worship.
Amen.
And that's what it's all about in the long run.
It'll look a lot different. It won't be church like we grew up with.
Sure, well, when you know, it's 2015 by the time you open the door.
Yeah, it'll be a church with an 80-foot stage, you know, that's going to be different.
Yeah,
and, it probably won't be for everyone, Penny, but I think, and our hope and our prayer is that it will be for more people.
Yes.
Might not be for everyone, but I hope that more people will taste and see that it is pretty cool to belong to a community of people that love the Lord, love one another, and they're all about making disciples.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, if you have any questions, if you want more information about what is going on, you can always call the church.
Absolutely.
New Leaf Methodist Church. Right now they are still housed on the corner of Buffalo and Madison. They're on the corner of Buffalo and Madison. Yeah. And the location behind McDonald's, but that's all right because they're moving out to 90 and 7 right at Gateway. And you know what, a nice corridor because we have Love's there now, the schools are there. Yes. This is going to be an intersection that in a few years people are not going to recognize. Yeah. I really believe that you moving out there and having the confidence to do that only leads people into town and to make some decisions. So,
that is our hope and our prayer.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, we're going to have you on again as it progresses so that you can give us an update as to what's going on.
Love to do
because we're all going to drive by and see it, and we're all going to be curious.
Yep.
And we want to have updates along the way to see what's going on. So thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me, Penny. It was a
pleasure. I'm also no pastor because he's on my board at the Conneaut Arts Center, and I just enjoy working with you. It's wonderful.
It's my pleasure.
So thank you very much. Again, if you have any questions, Pastor Scott Walsh and his wife, Pastor Jan Walsh, are the ministers at New Leaf Methodist Church. Give them a call, stop in. And I know that on Friday nights you have meals. Let's mention that quickly.
We do, and we're going to continue to keep that at the current location. As long as we have that building, we've made a promise to the community that we will never leave it empty and just standing there.
So every Friday night you have
dinners
from 5 to 6.
Yep.
Open free to the public?
Absolutely.
All right, so if you would like a hot meal, and I hear some of
we
those
also
meals
do a full-scale breakfast on Sunday morning. Okay. So we believe if you feed them, they will come. And they have.
Someone said that once. All right, thank you very much for being on my program this morning. Thank you.